Alright, so I have another concept video that I plan on taking and making this more in-depth later on. We're going to be talking about plateaus. Now, when you are dealing with personal growth and with trying to improve yourself, you do get to a point where you reach a bit of a plateau. You know, because typically, like, let's say you're learning a skill and you're just incrementally going up. At some point, you get to a flat point where you've plateaued, and it's really hard to make a lot of growth from that point. It's somewhat not to be confused with like what is it? Diminishing returns. You know, it's a bit similar, but not the same. There's a little bit of nuance and gray area there, but typically, when you've reached the point of a plateau, you have to work even harder or do something or change something for there to be growth from that point upward from the plateau. Because typically, when you are going upward, it's because you are doing something, right? And then as the benefits of that doing that thing somewhat fade about, it flattens. Like your progress will flatten a bit. You know, this can happen in sales, this can happen in, you know, stock prices and things like that. You reach a point of like plateauing where you're not really gaining as much benefit anymore. So now you have to change up what you're doing to turn that flat into an upward curve again. The same comes in the form of your personal growth. Like, for example, if we were to take and say like exercising, right? If you were to do the same exercise every single day, yeah, at first you're going to get some benefit from it, but you're going to plateau eventually, and you're going to have to change up your routine. You're going to have to add more resistance, more pressure, more reps or something along those lines, just to get more of a better gain from it. And if you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result, well, that's kind of insanity at that point. So the point is, when it comes to, you know, personal growth, you will plateau it at some points. It's about learning how to deal with those plateaus and getting past them. That's going to help you with more long-term growth, because we're always trying to look to improve. We're always trying to look to get better. Now, if you regress and go down, well, then you can kind of use some of those tactics you used prior to get back to where you were. However, you're still going to have that problem of, you know, you have to improve once you get to the point where you plateau. Otherwise, you're going to stay at that consistent plateau mark of consistency. So there's that to consider. So that's something we'll go more in depth on in another video. Thank you for listening.